Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, September 20th, 2024. You know what this means? You know what this means? That it's Friday. Well, you guys get a day off, not me. I pretty much work 7 days a week now. On Saturdays, as most of you know, I do put out an article for all of you, you guys and girls who subscribe to my newsletter, get it first. And I'm planning on putting one out tomorrow about this. There's so much going on. It's unbelievable. So if you do subscribe to my newsletter, again, it's free to everybody. And by the way, the complaint desk is closed. It's closed. You're not even gonna, people complain about the most unbelievable things. My newsletter, as most of you know here, about it. It's free. And I still get complaints. And I got a couple over the last several days here. And today was just like the last straw for me. I sent out a notification that, really, people, the complaint desk is closed, has been closed, and it's not reopening again. So anybody who's not interested in my newsletter, it's free. Again, you don't have to subscribe. You're free to unsubscribe at any time you want. All right. I don't know what else to say here. So that's all. I do plan on keeping it going. I'm not changing a darn thing. That's it. Most of you, and I mean like 98% of you, do appreciate it. And I enjoy that. I really do, putting out stuff for you guys and girls so you can understand what's happening. You get it here? No, I am not going to be putting on a Baphomet freaking costume like Elon Musk did. That wasn't a costume. You do realize that, right? The man had it as his, he wore it at some event, and then he had that picture of him with the upside down cross on it as his Facebook picture for over a year. He's telling us what it's all about. If you want to listen to that, it's up to you. Thank you, Israel. I appreciate it. Yes, it is permanently closed. Anyway, people, we have a lot to cover here. By the freaking way, in case you're interested, yes, a new record high today for the Dow. Hold that thought, man. I just dropped something on the floor. I'm back. I'm coming. There I am. My little printouts here. It was a new record for the Dow, barely. S&P, NASDAQ. I mean, it doesn't. Even today, there was all this talk about triple witching here. Those of us who understand the options market, a huge amount of, I don't even know, a huge amount of cash here, rebalancing here in the options market. That even failed to cause any kind of anything here with regard to this market, because what we're about, look, let me just say this here. I'm loving a second. Excellent. You might be right about that. So anyway, there's a few things going on that we have to understand. I want to bring this to your attention first. Now, with regard to the yield curve itself, we understand that a miracle has happened. Even though, and I want you to laugh, you're going to laugh at what I'm about to say because it's just too funny. All right. Even though every single leading economic indicator is pointing towards a worsening economy than we even have now, if you can even believe that, okay. The economy's been in free fall since Obama took office. Actually, Bush, and then when Obama was handed, the meltdown of the system. Anyway, it's been in collapse since that time. There has been no recovery whatsoever, no boom, right, Mitch? Right, Jeff? Thank you. Yes, keep drag racing. Did you guys check that stuff out? Go check my Instagram, man. I got 2 nice races on there. Very fast Mustang I raced, and I both races I won yesterday. Go check it out, and I think you'll enjoy it. God damn it! Sorry, guys. I gotta wash my mouth. I'm so bad. Anyway, so even with every single leading economic indicator pointing lower, there's a phenomenon occurring here, and I just want to cover this again in case you're new here. We're getting a lot of new people, and I appreciate that. This yield curve issue. Okay, first of all, look, 10, 30-year Treasury yields end near a 2-week high as optimism on the economy. No one's optimistic about this. This is propaganda. Not only is this propaganda, but with regard to the yield curve, this is yield curve control. Absolutely being managed here by the Fed. They're manipulating it. They're buying on one end, selling on the other end here. They're shaping the yield curve. You understand? To convince people, again, that, ignore the fact that every single leading economic indicator is falling off of a cliff. Ignore it all, because you see the yield curve is okay. So they can point at the yield curve. Now, this is part of a bigger, much bigger setup with regard to the yield curve, with regard to the propaganda, and what the Fed just did and is about to do. Let me say this again, because I still can't get over it. And I want to just vomit this out. Never before and I have been watching the Fed at every single Fed meeting going back for as far as you want to go. Okay. As far as you want to go, decades now. Since I've been doing this blog here, well over a decade now, every single FOMC meeting I've been here, I'm watching it. So they did something here unprecedented. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, that is amazing, man. You all know that was a miracle. My sister, unbelievable. All because of you. You guys and girls out here, with your prayers, the Almighty answered it. We're done. I can't be more thankful. Every day I'm thankful, and you all should be thankful too, for whatever is going on in your life. Anyway, prayers work. You all know that. Anyway, where I was leading up to here is the situation that we're in is extraordinary. And this announcement of information, this simultaneous release, 50 basis points. Okay, everyone, don't get shook up about it, because I believed, and I said this, I said if the Fed were to cut 50, it might rattle the market into thinking things are worse off. But what happened simultaneously was the 50-point announcement, and then the immediate release of, hey, hold on a minute, we're going to keep cutting for the rest of this year and through next. And that was it. That stripped any uncertainty out. Market's giddy. And on the back of a few things, I really want you to understand what's going on here. So yield curve control, it's in our face. That's what's happening here. Again, ignore every single leading economic indicator. Just ignore it. So what's about to happen here is a no-brainer to understand. You don't even need 1/10 of a functioning brain cell. Obviously, this mechanism of artificially suppressed rates, massive currency devaluation on the back of it. And this is, again, other central banks. The Fed joined what? The European Central Bank, Swiss National Bank, Canadian National Bank, other national banks are going to start jumping on board too, central banks as well. And so the mechanism here is very simple to understand. You see, the market trades on what's called multiples. For example, you got company XYZ. It trades on an X multiple based on its valuation, okay? I know this sounds a little complicated, but I'm going to break it all down real easy. What's going to happen here with suppressed rates, easy money, the illusion here, what's going on here with the Fed managing the yield curve is you're going to see, and I think this could be dramatic. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? We're going to see a multiples expansion cycle in the stock market, meaning, well, first of all, we understand that valuations don't matter anymore. They haven't mattered in years, ever since the Fed got in here. QE1, QE2, Operation Twist, doesn't matter. Leading economic indicators falling off of a cliff, the lies about optimism on the economy. It doesn't matter. There's no connection between these. It's a joke what they make. They want people to think or believe that there's a connection here between the economy and the market. You know better than anybody else. It doesn't exist. There is no connection whatsoever at all. But with regard to the market and the promise here of, like, I don't even know a way to put it. Maybe someone out here is smarter than me, and this, every single one of you can help me with this. I keep saying oceans of easy money, tsunamis of easy money, tidal waves. I can't come up with a term that actually will work here. But I think you understand what I'm talking about. With regard to easy money, which is the last thing we need. We don't need lower rates. We don't need currency devaluation. We don't need further distortions, which is what's going to come out of this. Is, this, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Unbelievable. What this will do, again, corporate profits are going to skyrocket. You got, of course, the big wigs here, their bonuses. In case you don't know, this is how it works. The corporate fat cats, their year-end bonuses, multi-million-dollar bonuses are based on year-end stock price. So they're all giddy about this too. All right. The multimillionaires can go out and buy another yacht or two, or another mansion or two, or another Rolls Royce, or whatever the heck they want. Well, you and I get sucked dry by the mechanism of course, currency devaluation, artificially suppressed rates here. This it's just too in our face. But with regard to the market, watch what's going to happen. And I don't think there's a single person out here talking about it, but this is what's going to happen. Multiple expansion, and not just multiple expansion, because the Fed made their announcement that, okay, they're aggressively cutting in here. They're going to cut for the rest of the year. They're going to cut through next year. This is going to be an expansion cycle. In other words, we're going to see multiples grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And all this is going to do is take the big, fat, ugly bubble of the stock market. You remember who said that? It wasn't a bubble when he became president. It was just rah, rah, rah. Stock market higher. Everyone was loving it. We're all rich. That was a comment that he said too. Can't make it up, but that actually did happen. And all that was based on was obviously vast debt expansion at that point here, of course, and the illusion of the market being propped up. And any president could then lie to you and say, the economy is strong, but look at the market. That's how stupid they think you are. That's how stupid they think you are. These puppets, or whatever their own personal agenda is, they want to make themselves feel like God or whatever it might be. While we are getting decimated. But what's going to happen here with regard to the market, as I just said, and it's just the setup here is too incredible. Yield curve control, and that's it's an illusion here. Okay, the yield curve is normal, but that's the Fed messing with it here. Easy money is going to have this market trade on multiples that have never been seen before in the history of the world. And that means a much, much, much higher stock market. It also means, again, that this vast, and it's going to be vast, debt expansion cycle, because you can't have one thing. We're in a debt expansion cycle, which we've never seen before around the world. You all know this here. It's an incredible situation. It's mind-blowing. Okay, now with that, I can't imagine that it's not going to play out this way, where we're going to see multiple expansions in this market, and that means it's going to be much higher. And that just only means that it's just going to become more fake. You understand? It's not real. The illusion, debt or vast amounts of debt pumped into the system. Who creates all that debt? It ain't presidents. It's not Biden's fault. Certainly not Trump's fault, even though under Trump, he outspent, well, he had nothing to do with it, but under his administration, take Obama, take Biden, combine them, and Trump did that much during his one term. Not his fault, okay? Presidents don't have a printing press. Presidents don't have the ability to devalue the currency. Sure, they can work with the Fed. When you hear someone calling for lower rates, that's what Trump was calling for. Then Kamala adopted that. Oh yeah, someone brought this up to me. Not only did Kamala steal that one from Trump, we need lower rates, of course. That means a weaker currency. She doesn't understand that. She also stole the crypto queen, crypto king, okay, Trump. And then she said, hold on a minute. That sounds really good. Why can't I be the queen? I'm going to be the queen, going to be the queen, going to be the queen. Yeah, so, we got these two subhuman, submoron destroyers on the same team, and they're both working for the Fed, quite obviously. I think we're on the same page here. Anyway, look. So, this is important too. The effect of what the Fed just did on Wednesday is we're seeing the ripple effect here through the debt markets of the world, through the currency markets of the world. This is probably going to persist here. It's going to take a while for this to balance out, is what I'm trying to say. So you should expect, again, the market's going much higher. I believe multiple expansion cycle is a new multiple expansion cycle like I don't think we've ever seen before is going to happen here. It's just an illusion. The market's going up and everyone's going to be giddy and laughing and needing to change their underpants multiple times as the market, look at my 401k, look at my investment plan, but it's not real. These are digits on a screen until that is pulled, turned into a realized gain. This makes sense to you? and then you use that cash for, buy a hard asset, buy a house, buy a car. You have to convert it. It's just nothing until you do that. It's just digits on the freaking screen, man. Are we on the same page, right, Mitch? I think we're there. Everybody kind of knows where we're at on this whole thing. It's unbelievable. Now, I want to bring just a few other things to your attention here. I've been getting a lot of questions about the MMRI lately, and this is catching on. There's no doubt about it. Look, it's still an absolute free fall. Again, this is not squiggly lines on a page, people. This is in real time currency devaluation, Fed buying all the debt. We're able to take advantage of this. Is going to lead to a multiple expansion, all the stuff we've been just talking about. But if you live in another part of the world, okay, and you wherever it might be, whatever currency or whatever currency index, let's say you're using a euro or whatever, you can replace these numbers here. Where I use the Dixie, can you see that? You see where I use the Dixie here? Dixie, you could put in whatever index you want, okay, with regard to whatever currency, wherever you are in the world. And with regard to your benchmark rate, I'm using the US 10-year yield. And just use the same equation. This is right on my website. You can read this much better off of the website. You can change these if you want to. Okay, I don't have, I have it on my website for all of you to use for the US market, but you can use this for anything you want to. Equal weight with regard to the index, the currency index, and the benchmark, so just use this and use the same calculation with this, and you can use whatever you want and wherever you live in the world. And I would urge you to do that. Look, I don't have a patent or anything on this. This is free. Like my newsletter that people complain about. Some people, they're not real lions. They're whatever they freaking are. I have no idea. But you can use this, people. And I'm again, it's free information, and anybody can use this wherever you are in the world with whatever currency you may be using and with whatever benchmark bond. You understand? It's just too easy. It's too simple. Just change the calculation. Put your own little numbers in there, and boom, you're done. It can't possibly be easier with this stuff. Everything I do is, I think, very simple. You kind of break it down, and that's it. So basically, look, we're going to see a lot of things, a lot of fallout here. Basically, thank you. Well, look, man, let me tell you something about October. I'll cover what I was going to say real quick. Everyone's afraid of October. It's like an October phobia, because we all understand that October is the month generally where bad things happen. Ain't going to happen here. The Fed's got the back of the market. If the market falls, please do your own research on what I'm about to say. This is not like a tinfoil hat moment. The plunge protection team is real. The New York Fed has a trading desk. They don't sit in front of it and frolic around, make funny faces or anything like that. They use it. What the Fed does, okay, in the case, let's just say they're not going to this is a selection cycle. With the Fed in here, managing the yield curve, with the Fed in here promising to pump this market into oblivion, there is no way they're letting the market fall. All right. So, and again, with the selection cycle, you know how the Fed may say things, for example, like they're apolitical. They are not apolitical. If you look back at every single selection cycle, goes back as far as you want to go, they do the same thing. They pump the market. Okay. Because again, people are so brainwashed or brain dead, depending on how you want to look at it. I think it's one and the same. Okay. They look at the market and they say, well, hold on a minute. We must have a very strong economy. Nobody used this better to a higher degree than Trump did during his tenure. Every day, what did that stock market do? Rah! Economy's doing great. Couldn't be further from the truth. He fooled a lot of people. Again, they didn't know where to look. Not once did he make a reference, or any of them, they won't do it, to the money velocity, or the rate at which cash moves through an economy. Free fall under Obama, free fall under Trump, free fall under Biden, but now it's starting to pick up. And that's a phenomenon you and I said would happen from years ago. When that happened, we would start to see inflation. That's all of those extra bills that have finally made their way through a dead economy, because there is a lag effect here. Okay, you can't escape it. Now he's starting to chase the same, or in this case, a lesser amount of goods. People can't make it up. No one's going to tell you this. No politician, no puppet, no anybody, no one from the Fed is going to let you know in on the secret. You see, this is stuff that you got to just be aware of. Does this make sense to you? I hope so. I really, really do. So I would not be worried about October, Shocktober, Octoberphobia, or whatever. But what I was trying to say is the ripple effect of what's about to happen is going to be absolutely dramatic. Yes, Marcus, absolutely hold dash. Hold up. Cryptocurrency, the whole freaking space, in my view, is undervalued. You all know that. And expect insane amounts of volatility here. It's going to happen. And, there's a lot of people. Let me say this too, man. With regard to this selection, there's a lot of people that are saying, well, if Trump doesn't get selected, that Bitcoin is going to crash. Because, again, Trump's the Bitcoin president. He's calling himself the crypto president. He's promised to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, not the constitutional money of the capital of the world. No. That's what we don't want. He can't allow that because, again, none of them can. The Fed is in control. They know that. The Fed's telling them what to say, period. The freaking end. The gabagool. Yeah, I know. I'm in the same boat as you, Yanis. I'm with you on that. Let me say this. There's no doubt in my mind that the crypto space would enjoy very much another Trump selection presidency. Now, with that, is it possible that if Kamala is selected, that the crypto space would take a hit? It may. Okay, it may. But what would you do? What would you do, my crypto lions out here? Are you going to go suck your thumb? Or are you going to smile from ear to ear? I would imagine you're going to smile from year to year because, in my view, right now, the entire crypto space is massively undervalued, okay, based upon, again, market cap and the fact that it's held mostly by whales, okay, period, the end. If you want to strip out the fact that, okay, well, Greg may be wrong and it's widely held, doesn't matter. It's still the value. It's still its valuation here. It has the entire market cap of one freaking Dow component. Come on, man. And it's astonishing to me too how few people hold physical silver, physical gold. Where's my gold piece? Oh, there you are. I was about to have a little meltdown. Anyway, are we on the same page, people? Do we know what we're talking about here? I really believe that we are on the same page with pretty much everything. So again, what we have here is a monstrous, disgusting, vomitous bubble. And I'm not referring to the stock market yet. That is the debt market. Okay, it's out of control. It's going to be hyperinflated moving forward beyond anyone's wildest dreams. And that bubble, the debt market bubble, is supporting the stock market bubbles of the entire world. And now, with regard to multiple expansions here in the United States market, you think this is just going to be a phenomenon here? Oh, no. Wherever you live in the world, you're going to see the same phenomenon here. Remember, the US dollar remains the world reserve. What's going to happen here is other central banks are going to get in the same bandwagon here with the European Central Bank, the Swiss National Bank, the Canadian National Bank, the Federal Reserve, currency devaluation, more debt, and you're going to see multiple expansions across the entire world. What does that mean? Let's think for a moment what that actually means. That means the debt bubble is the linchpin. Okay, when that bursts, and it's going to burst with such ferocity that people's heads are going to spin around 10 times like The Exorcist. See, the movie The Exorcist from like 1971 or whatever the heck it was. Terrifying movie. I find it laughable now. I laugh my butt off every time I watch it. XRP Plumbing, thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, look, man. So what this is going to lead to, again, why is it? Let's just put this together. If we understand we have yield curve control, I'm going to keep pointing at this. We got the Fed, we got dollar devaluation, Fed buying it all. It's out of control. Record highs for the Dow, which is not going to stop. The S&P, we're going to be at a new record very soon. NASDAQ, new record very soon. Multiple expansion. across the board. Jonathan, thank you as well. Yeah, the system is a joke. It's a mockery. They've turned this thing. Look, greed. It's really about greed and control. Maybe two things. Okay, as you know, with these markets, people, there's two human emotions that drive it: fear and greed. Fear is stronger, no doubt about it. But greed is a pretty powerful thing, and people just lose their ability to think when they get overly greedy. And I think being greedy is a curse. I don't know another way to put it. All right. My take on all this here. Greed is going to lead you into a pathway to your own self-destruction. There's no doubt about it in my mind. You got to pay it forward. You know what I'm talking about, people. You know, I've been telling you this for years. You want to get. You got to give. You got to give to get. Does that make sense to you? It's the way the universe works. Okay. You could sit there and pray for anything that you want to. If you're not giving, you ain't getting. Those prayers ain't being answered. You think they're going to? You think the Almighty is going to say, "Oh, you know what? This is a really good person. Just this, all they want is for themselves. They don't want to do anything for anybody else at all, no matter what it is. They don't want to donate time. They don't want to spread love, whatever it might be." You think that really the Almighty is going to look at you and say, "I like that one." Poof! Here's a nice miracle for you. It ain't happening, man. You got to give. You got to give. Are we on the same page here? Anyway, look, so the inevitable linchpin, which is the debt market, this is a destructive force worse than a global nuclear exchange. This is going to destroy people in every sense, in the literal sense as well. It's going to lead to a resource problem on a grand scale that you can't even imagine. Thank you, Cole. Absolutely on the same page. Anyway, you will get it, right? So with that, I'm laughing, but it's pathetic, and I get it. It's too easy. And again, that's a problem. We understand that. When we have a clear view of what's happening and why it's happening, we know who these players are. We know what they want from us. People's faith, right, Cole, is in the wrong place. And that invariably leads to destruction. Entire nations have fallen over this. Leads to destruction. It's going to lead to the end of this freaking world too. All right, let me tell you that. Greed is not a good thing, man. I'm just reading some of these comments. All right, people, look, man, we got this down. What's going to end up happening here? Eventually, the meltdown here in the debt market, which is getting fueled. They're fueling it now for a reason. They want us on our knees, and you all know that. The only entity you and I are ever getting on our knees for is the Almighty. That's it. Nothing else. No man, no any other entity we're doing it for, right? The creator of all things deserves our love, deserves our praise, our respect. And that means we should show these things to ourselves because we are all creations of the Almighty. Does that make sense to you? Or should Greg go put a tinfoil hat on? You understand? I think we're on the right side of this. Man, hold on a minute. Anyway, I don't feel very well, I'll be honest with you. I've been kind of fighting something off for days. Actually, right before my sister, we got that good news from my sister that she's been cured here. Thank you. Thank you, God. I wasn't feeling very well. Then all of a sudden, when that happened, I mean, I tell you, I snapped, I turned around. I felt really good. Then I started to relapse. I haven't been able to fight it off. I don't know what this is. I just don't feel great. But I think I'll be okay. Anyway, people, I will take some questions now from all of you here. What do you guys wanted to? You had the flu last month. Yeah, you notice how there's no flu anymore. There's no cold anymore. It's been cured. The common cold. All it took was the creation of this new thing, which we can't mention anymore. But I'll say COVID. When COVID came out, common cold vanished. Wow. How did that work? Man, I tell you. My favorite silver coin design? I don't have a favorite. I never thought of it in those kind of terms of a favorite coin design, guys and girls. I just I just love it all. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a favorite design. Silver's just a place to be in Greg Mannarino's book. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Greg has COVID. Don't start spreading any rumors, man. Please. I don't know what I got. I just don't. I just have something. I just, like I said, I've been kind of feeling kind of lousy as of late. Anyway, so yes, Pork Roll, my buddy Pork Roll. He's the lead vocalist of our band. The name of the band is, we named it after him, Gigantor, by the way. He's a big dude, man. He's a big dude. Love him. His son is a champion, a drag racer himself, a future drag racer himself. Loves cars, loves hot rodding. Part of my crew. Oh, you're all part of my crew, man. Every single one of you here are my crew. Anyway, what commodities besides metals, man? Commodities across the board, I think, are the place to be. You need, look, if you subscribe to my newsletter, again, free, even though some people complain about it, I have put out a list of several exchange traded funds which you might want to gain exposure to. Crude oil, but I mean, look, I can't think of a better one to hold in your hand here. I really do believe what I say when I don't conjure this out of my head, like, some magical spell here. This is the most undervalued asset in the world, based upon what I've spoken about forever here. I look at the Dow gold ratio. There is a Dow gold ratio, in case you don't know. Look back on history. Look at the historic Dow gold ratio. And then, of course, the gold silver ratio. But we need to figure out where the bottom is in this freak show, man. I said for many years the bottom of the Dow was probably 6,000. I did some I recalculations here just recently, maybe a month or so, and I said, what are all the rich doing here? They're all accumulating gold. Anyway, and I said the bottom of the Dow is probably closer to 8,000. And I believe sincerely we're going to get a 1-to-1. We're going to get a 1-to-1 ratio Dow gold. And with regard to silver, could go to 10-to-1. Could go to 10-to-1. Probably close, probably 15-to-1, but it could go to 10. We'll talk about all this stuff, man, when we do that right now. When we get to that point. But Dow 50,000 is a possibility, man. Let me tell you, we're not far away. It's nuts what we're seeing here, man. And again, a multiple expansion, like we spoke about, it's just going to create a bigger bubble, man. More disgusting. It's just going to be more ugly and hideous than it is now. In the words of the illustrious Donald Trump, it was a big, fat, ugly bubble before he took office. Then it was the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. Then it was beautiful, People, you can't make it up. All right. This guy, I am going to get out of here, people. And pretty much that's all. We're not done. We got one more thing to do. I didn't forget. Greg, don't forget these things. All right. So what we're going to do, you ready? I'm going to see you guys and girls on Sunday for my markets to look ahead. Look out tomorrow. And you're in. I'm going to, you know what? Hold on a minute, guys. I might have a problem putting out an article tomorrow. I got a crazy day tomorrow. I will try to get an article out to you guys and girls who do subscribe to my my newsletter. Yeah, man, please like this stuff. I appreciate it. Those thumbs up, man. We could do better than 722. I appreciate it. I really do. But it helps the algorithms. Any comment you guys make will help the algorithm. Even if you just say, hi, Greg, bye, Greg, whatever you want. Put a comment here. Engage with the people here. I mean, this is a gift. Do you realize what we have here? A worldwide family. You guys can talk to each other from wherever you are in the world. You like someone's comment, you like what they said, write back to them. Hey, you know what? I like your concept. Let's, expand on that. And then, of course, respond to the haters. We want the criticism. Absolutely. I want to learn things. I want to be criticized. Criticize Greg. Please do it. We want opinions. There's no doubt about it. But those out here who are with the personal attacks, they're fair game, man. And they can't help themselves. It's an amazing thing to see. You just say anything back to them and they go off on a tangent. I laugh. I do it all the time. Check the comments. I write back to these people, and they're too easy to bait. I mean, they can't help themselves, so just say anything, and they come right back, And those comments help the channel. So here's a resource that we can exploit. You know what I'm saying? Given to us by the Almighty too. Everything's a gift from the Almighty. Everything, every breath you take is a gift from the Almighty. All right. In case you don't know, the Almighty is very important in my life. The number one important thing. There's nothing more important in my life than the Almighty. That's it. Guides everything that we do, everything I say. I really believe that. Anyway, people, look, we got to get out of here. I really believe that because I got stuff to take care of. Anyway, look, people, let's bring it in. Bring it in. You ready? Bring it in. Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable to each other. We're making a positive difference in this world, people. We are together doing that, and that's all I want to. That's all I want to do. All right. With that said, people, please take care of yourselves over the weekend. Let's forget this market for a little bit. Put it behind us, and I definitely will see you on Sunday. Promise. And well, that's going to be it for now. All right. That's all.